On August 4th, 2019 in Dayton, Ohio, because of a choice that someone made, 9 people were shot and killed, and 17 others were injured. 32 seconds after the shooting began, responding police officers fatally shot the gunman. A total of 27 people were taken to area hospitals. There have been mass shootings before that day in 2019, and there have been mass shootings since. I don't know why the 32 seconds stood out for me that day, but it did. It stayed with me for a long time. 32 seconds. Somebody woke up in the morning and decided that's what they were going to do with their day. My brain would go to summers in my childhood when I'd wake up and think of the whole summer before me and the delight in imagining, wow, what can I make? What can I create? What can I do in the backyard? Trees to climb, scooters and bicycles to ride, stuff to write, things to bake, eat, dogs and cats to play with. You know, just this freedom to do something that was fun, playful, silly even. You know, not destructive, even though in my life I have done that as well. I thought about that 32-second increment of time, the decisions that were made that fateful day. The way that lives and choices intersected with other lives and choices. Honestly, you have a choice. Sometimes you're not really conscious of the choice, or they don't seem like great choices, but still, you do have a choice. As best as I can, I'm a little older, hopefully somewhat wiser. I want to be deliberate with that choice. I want to be conscious and aware as I move through life, because I don't just move in isolation. We affect the people around us. I mean, that person affected a lot of people. He affected me many states away down south. Then, without referencing the significance of 32 seconds for me, I invited people to think about time. Given the gift of 32 seconds, what could they do? Later, I shared the relevance for me. Sometimes my son and I would get onto the subject of gun violence. Sitting in the back of a movie theater, we wondered if it was a dumb choice to make where we were sitting if a shooter came in. We talked about getting a gun permit. Do I carry a taser, pepper spray, some other weapon of some sort? He talked about not feeling safe at school anymore, and when he got older, maybe having a bunker. He was 16 at the time when we did this project, and you'll hear from him next, followed by the chief of police. He was also the little boy in 2 of the video clips that you will see climbing all over the place. Ladies, what can you do in 32 seconds?
Oh,
Talk.
yeah, we can talk in 32 seconds, or we could I don't know.
What would you tell me about in 32 seconds?
I would tell you about.
I would tell you a lot of stories.
The tree.
What
Or
about
ask about our. I don't know.
What we're doing right now, we're planting and stuff.
Yeah.
We would
I would ask
tell you about
questions
that.
about the residents.
Or yeah, that too.
Yeah.
So, Gloria, what could you do in 32 seconds that might be creative, positive, fun, something positive?
I can clean up this driveway,
What else could you do?
empty trash, probably dig some flowers in that amount of time.
Joe, what can you do in 30 seconds?
I could probably can we restart? Can we restart?
Derek,
Okay.
what can you play in 32 seconds?
What can I play in 32 seconds?
Seasons of change quickly.
We can do quickly Seasons of Change.
32 seconds would either be cleaning up the garden, planting seeds, or nothing. I mean, gotta have longer time to that. Pretty much it.
Sam, what's something you can do in 30 seconds?
Hold the door for somebody.
Joe, what is something you can do in 30 seconds?
Well, I could probably fold a pizza in half and devour it whole. That's probably my specialty.
Ladies, what can you do in 32 seconds?
Cook yourself an egg. Okay, I'm done.
Toast you some toast. You can't.
Egg and toast.
brush-
You can
oh.
never go wrong with that.
What? I was gonna say brush
You
your
can't brush
teeth
your
or
teeth in
wash your
32
hands.
seconds.
No,
No,
that's
it
what I
gotta
was
be
gonna
like.
say.
Yeah.
Oh, brush your hair.
Oh, I don't even.
Yeah.
You have long hair.
To be honest, I just let it dry out and it'll get all straightened by itself.
What can you do in 30 seconds?
32 seconds.
Oh, say something nice, you know?
Oh, yeah,
Say a
give
kind
compliments.
word.
Like?
Spread happiness, spread peace.
Oh,
Give compliments
I love what
to
you're wearing
everyone.
today. You have a beautiful face.
yeah.
You know?
This is like magical. No. But you don't. And then it's the same first time experience, yes. The one time we went to Bust Your Ass Falls, now it's closed. Have you ever been up there? Bust Your Ass Falls?
bust your butt.
Oh. He said Bust Your Ass.
Oh. Yay. That's the end.
That is what I call hardcore.
Timing, Terrell. See if you can beat your record.
How long is this?
I don't remember.
Oh, here comes the other one, just like the other one. Here comes the other one, all day long.
Hi, I'm Mikkel and I'm 16 from Brevard, North Carolina. And today I'm here to talk about what modern gun violence means to me. And first off, to say I agree with the statement that guns don't kill people, people kill people. And why I believe in that is because guns are harmless unless they're picked up and pointed at and shot by a human. Guns don't just get up and walk, and they don't just shoot themselves. And I don't think it's the gun's fault, I think it's the person who's shooting. And around 20 years ago, I don't think we had these mass problem of mass shootings in the United States that we do now. And the reason for that, I believe, is because the United States people, and it has nothing to do with politics, but the United States people seem to have lost their morals. There seems to be just materialistic, no care, no real morals, values, or principles in this nation anymore. I just think this is sort of a cold area to grow up in. And, one day, let's say you just get pushed down on the field and someone calls you a loser, your girlfriend breaks up with you, you're just going to lose that motivation to keep going on, and then you're just going to keep getting pushed down and pushed down. No one's there going to support you, and one day you're just going to snap. And all these people who do these horrible things and go around killing innocent people for what appears to be no reason, they're all screwed up in the head, and there was no one there to help them. And I believe that that's the fault of themselves and growing up around in this place where there's no support. Nobody told you that you have to get up and keep moving. Nobody said any of that. That's what I believe. I believe it's not the gun's fault. It's this nation and where people grow up, can't hold themselves up, and they just keep getting pushed down until they snap. So I believe, in conclusion, that this place has lost its morals, and that's why people do these things.
Hi, I'm Phil Harris. I'm the Chief of Police in Brevard. I've talked before about some of the mass shootings, some of that conflict that we've had. I've done quite a bit of research on it over the years. Our first one in our nation was in 1949. Our second one was in the late 60s. And they were both attributed to people that were kind of disconnected from the community. And the second one actually had a medical issue, some kind of a brain tumor. But in the 80s, we started a trend that hasn't slowed down. And in the early 80s, some people might remember McDonald's in Southern California that had a shooting. Law enforcement was baffled that people would come in and do that kind of terrible thing. It didn't happen again for a long time, but since the 90s, we've seen an acceleration. And now these mass shootings seem to be routine. And sadly, the police and our communities are in a position of responding. The way I've always done policing is not to focus on just the response, but to try and figure out how to intervene and then how to prevent. And my mission in a lot of my study has been to figure out just how to do that. One of the things about shooters seems to be that they feel left out, neglected, often isolated from the rest of society. So the shootings happen as kind of a lashing out. So my question for all of us is, how do we prevent those things from happening? And it's actually something pretty simple. My perspective is there are people among us that feel left out. Right now, every day, we see those people. Sometimes we speak to them. Sometimes they're people that we know well, and we do our best to help them out. Sometimes they're people that we don't even know. But we're a community, and it occurs to me how valuable it is for us to say nice things and to reach out to others. So what are we doing to do that? Do we help a neighbor? Do we get beyond hi, good morning, to so how's everything going? And when we get an answer, do we look at how we can help, how we can actually serve that person? If we got back to service in our nation, in our world, things are going to be different, because those people right now that feel disconnected and want to lash out, suddenly they've got a bond. They have somebody they know cares about them, enough to talk to them, enough to ask questions, enough to find something to bond over, and maybe give them a hand to solve a problem that's weighing heavily on them. All of us need that. We have it a lot of times in our neighborhoods and in our family connections and in our friendships. But there are people out there that haven't had the same opportunities as us. If we were to reach out and connect with those people, we don't even know how much we're going to prevent or how much we're going to serve that person. But that's one of those things I bring to police work, I bring to our community, and I do my best to inspire others to do the same thing.
Oh my God. Thank you. Come down. Spider-Man in the making.
32 seconds. All it took was 32 seconds for you, a veritable stranger, to mow down precious life like it was nothing. For a bullet to deconstruct cells, to stop hearts pumping, life force flowing. 32 seconds was all it took for you with your high-powered AK-47 to bulldoze dreams, wipe out souls like they were next to nothing. You came along, and in a matter of 32 life-erasing seconds, they were here, irreplaceable. Then they were gone. In 32 seconds, you intercepted life, decided on destruction with a will to take out, with a will to take down. You chose to wreak havoc, tear apart purpose like it was all less than nothing. It didn't take long for carnage to grow in your vision for 32 seconds. In 32 seconds, I see pictures of faces, echoes of the past. They bring the departed ones to mind, and I read headlines, take you into my heart. I learn your names for the very first time. In 32 seconds, I can discover, recover how you once were real and alive. You meant something special to someone special. You existed in our precious time. If you have 32 seconds, make it memorable, affirm life, make indelible impressions. With 32 seconds, life is in your hands. The choice is yours to register unretractable intentions. Just a breath away, singularly precious, a one-of-a-kind moment is tied just to you. Miraculously timely, each pivotal second is life's breathtaking gift to you. Cherish it.
Alright, so in 32 seconds, what I would do, I would probably try to give every single one of my family members a hug if I had that much time.
Because you never know when the last time you're going to see them.
Yeah.
Spread positivity, you know. Compliment someone. Remind yourself what you're grateful for every day.
Yep.
It doesn't even take 32 seconds to do that.
For real though.
Just every day.